Okay. I am live. I haven't been on in like, I don't know how long. It's been a little while. Because it was the new year and blah, blah, blah. So, and blah, blah, blah. But, do a quick little live tonight. I'll probably get off at about 10 o'clock, the latest. Because I'm starting earlier than usual. And I don't know how many people are going to be in here since I've been away for a bit. But we'll see. Let me go ahead and open the news. Girl, I know this might seem strange. But let me know if I'm out of order for stepping to you this way. Alright. Google. Tasty. Let's look up some weird news, my friends. Judge in Las Vegas attacked by a man who was denied parole. Yo, that video is crazy. If y'all haven't seen that video, you gotta watch it. Dude literally jumped over the judge's bench to attack her. Six-year-old Texas boy dies 2 months after neighbor allegedly hit him with a baseball bat. What? I gotta look that one up. That's crazy. Let's see. Let's see. Daniel Logan hit Jeremy and Logan's mother with a baseball bat after entering their home. What? And he's only facing 2 felonies. Injury to a child and aggravated assault with a deadly weapon. That's crazy. Alright, this is what the affidavit says happened. On September 11th, Logan's wife, Kristen, told deputies that she was awakened by banging noises and she found the back door to her home open and she saw glass to a back patio door had been shattered. Blah, blah, blah. Yeah, it doesn't really tell the story. He kind of just ran up in their home and hit them with a baseball bat. That's pretty crazy. But I guess he has a mental health hearing set soon. It's a pretty wild story, to be honest. That's unsettling. Unsettling. Pastor accused of trying to throw a cook into a deep fryer at McDonald's for disrespecting his wife. Now I gotta read that story. He was called in by his wife, the manager in training, who claimed that the staff were disrespecting her. So he tried to throw Buddy in the deep fryer. 57 years old. Kind of too old for that behavior, but I feel it though. Placed his hands around the neck of the victim, pushing his head towards the deep fryer. Then accused of punching the cook several times, leaving him with scratches down his neck and a large contusion to his forehead and right eye. Imagine getting beat up by a 57-year-old. That's insane. Insane. Couldn't be me. Old man come and try to put me in a deep fryer. He gonna regret it. Alright, this guy got leg lengthening surgery and muscle implants to look like The Rock, and the costs and the side effects weren't worth it. Let's see. He was only 5'4", and despite hitting the gym, I couldn't achieve the kind of body I desired. Blah, blah, blah. Blah, blah, blah. They cut his bones and inserted metal rods that would help develop new bone growth. The new bones would grow about 1 millimeter a day, and I'd also need physical therapy and frequent x-rays. For all this effort, I'd get 3 inches taller. 100K. You gotta pay 100K to do that, which his insurance wouldn't even cover. Started saving money, working multiple jobs, including selling knives door to door. Oh, he didn't go through with it. Boo. Shitty ass story. Colin, Happy New Year, bro. Hope you enjoyed your New Year's Eve, Christmas, all that stuff. There's no other really good stories. Go to some uplifting stories. Uplifting. Kind of what you got going on, man. You might be the only person in here right now, so. I did not put my phone on Do Not Disturb, and I keep seeing all of these WhatsApp group chat things popping up. Keeping busy doing what, bro? I'm not seeing any good stories today. Nothing. Let's go to futurism. Spending a half hour on Spanish a day. But what are you doing in that half hour though? And did you hit my guy up or no? Use your half hour wisely. Basics, but what are basics though? I'm only asking you this because there's inefficient things and there's efficient things. Technically, anything is better than nothing, so don't get me wrong. But as someone that has gone down the wrong path in the past, I like to steer people clear of the wrong path. Josai and others, do you know the 5 vowel sounds? Like actually know the 5 vowel sounds? And do you know the alphabet? Not yet. Starting wrong, bro. Don't do it. Don't do it to yourself. Don't skip ahead, because it's only just gonna mess you up and you're gonna have to go back and go over it, bro. Because when you say that stuff wrong, when you don't know the alphabet, when you don't know the sounds, you won't be able to understand other people well, and they won't be able to understand you well. Then you have to go back and redo all of that stuff. It's not worth it. It's not worth it, man. The good thing is, Spanish is basically 100% phonetic. So once you really know the sounds, you can read any word and you won't be mistaken about what you're reading. But like I said, a lot of people skip over the sounds in the alphabet, and so they can't read well, they can't say words well, and they have that crazy gringo accent. And then they're like, oh, Spanish speakers talk so fast. But it's really just that they have the wrong pronunciation, so. Trust me, it's not worth it. Learning the double L. But that's not, I mean, that's good. But like I said, the vowel sounds and the alphabet, 100%. Obviously the double L is a part of that, but I wouldn't like skip around and do random stuff. You gotta have like at least a slight plan. Say, this is the base, this is the most important, this is the next thing that's most important, and then obviously it gets like this. Stuff at the very top is the more advanced stuff, but the bottom part, that's the most important part. That's why I tell people when they're learning, get with an educated native speaker that can point you in the right direction so that you don't waste weeks, months of your life. I'm in a group chat with Spanish learners. I can't tell you what the group chat is. It's a secret group chat. And the amount of them that have spent long months, years, and they still can't speak because they had no plan and they just do random stuff for 30 minutes a day, it's crazy. It's really crazy. And the worst part about it is, once you invest that much time doing that, it's kind of hard to get away from it, because you would have to admit that you that you wasted so much time. So they're like, no, I'm good. I'm just gonna keep doing this, and eventually I'll get here. And I'm like, no, you won't. Like, that's the point. You won't. You know how many millions of people use Duolingo and all other kinds of stuff every day, and they still can't speak after 600-day streaks, 900-day streaks, is because language isn't random. There's a method to it. You don't remember the method of how you learned English as a kid, but there was a method. You had to listen. Your parents taught you the alphabet. Your parents taught you how to pronounce stuff. You weren't 3 months old and your parents were like, hey, this is how you pronounce four. You say four. Like, no, bro. Like, they taught you the basic sounds first, and then they taught you the alphabet. Then they taught you how to count. Then they taught you this. They taught you this. Then you put sentences together by yourself. So there's a method. But like I said, I just try to save people from going down that route because, like I said, I did it. Luckily, I was strong enough to break away and realized all the months that I wasted doing my own thing. Let's see. NASA releases image of epic lines carved into Mars surface. Don't care. Wildflowers adapting to insect apocalypse by pollinating themselves. It's pretty interesting. Stephen Hawking implicated in Jeffrey Epstein documents. Yeah, I saw that. That was a little weird. I don't know what he's doing in his wheelchair, but I mean, he's not doing nothing in his wheelchair now, but when he was alive, I don't know what he was doing in his wheelchair. Oh, that make my poll. Given this video a like and left a comment. Victor. Oh, Victor. Hello. Yes. What's up? How you doing, man? I listen to Spanish speakers a good amount. That's good. It depends on who you're listening to. It depends on what you're listening to. But the concept of that is good. It could be good. Like I said, everything is not created equal. But like I said, something is better than nothing. But what I like to think about, or what I like to do, and this isn't anything, not just language learning. I like to take the people that have achieved something, and I like to look at all of their methods, all of their advice, and I like to see what they have in common, what's necessary, what is maybe optional. And there's certain, like I said, with language, there's certain things you can't bypass. And if you listen to people that have achieved it and not people that are on their way, you'll hear the same thing from everybody. It's always people that haven't done something yet that are like, nah, this works. I've been doing it. I've been coming along well. And I'm like, yeah, I'm going to talk to the 10 people that have made it to the very top. Victor. Do you speak English? If you don't speak English, what is your native language? Pros and cons to life in Colombia. Um, that's tough, man. I think I think I'll start with some cons. Some cons are that the level of security is not the same as um, where I lived at before. It's there's just a lot more petty theft, phone snatchers and pickpocketers in countries like this. So everyone's kind of on guard. You have to. I mean, that's anywhere. You always have to be on guard, but there's a tiny bit more of a level of alertness here. Uh, let's think of some other cons. There's not a large variety of food when you compare it to the United States. In the United States, you could go to this corner, this corner, this corner, and get all culture foods and stuff like that. Um, there's really no traffic cops here. Everyone drives crazy as shit, and they run red lights and stuff like that. What else? That's all I can think of right now for cons. Some pros. I like the weather here. I like the people. Um, Generally, I like the vibes. Like I said, even though there's a level of alertness that you have to be at, I still think it's a pretty cool place. Good food, good healthy food. Like I said, not the same kind of variety, but still good. Um, what else? Forgot where I was going with that one. What made me choose Colombia over other countries? I know people here, particularly the person that taught me Spanish. He lives here, and we dance salsa. And this is the salsa capital of the world. Uh, and there's some very good weightlifters here, and I compete in weightlifting. So all of that combined helped. I'm guessing Victor ran away. Victor, ¿dónde estás? Want to be consistent and work at it. That's good. Like I said, that's good. But I don't know your history too much, but I would compare it to playing sports. They always tell kids like practice makes perfect, but it's not really true. Practice doesn't make perfect. Perfect practice makes perfect, right? So I knew lots of kids growing up that we'll say practiced every day, probably the same amount of time as me, but they didn't have my dad. They didn't have my coaches. They were just going in the complete wrong direction. Even when I was in the military, people that would fail to run on the PT test, they would run every day. I used to think they were lying. I was like, bro, there's no way you run every day and you fail the test. But they did. Sometimes I would see them. I'm like, damn, this motherfucker really be running every day. But sometimes that's the problem. Like you gotta recover, and then on top of that, if you do the same thing every day and you don't have, like I said, you don't have structure, you don't have something that lets you know that you're growing, you don't have something that puts measures into place to make sure that you get here at this point in time and blah blah blah, you're kind of just running in the same spot. And I know that. I'm a strength and conditioning coach. I did that in personal training. I still do that. I've been doing that for 10 years now. So people come to me and they're like, bro, I've been wanting to squat this weight for 5 years. I've been doing everything. I've been super consistent. Oh, I wanted to run this time in the 400. They show me what they're doing. I'm like, damn, bro, I feel bad because you've been working hard, but you're just doing the wrong stuff. Like, in 3 months, they run the time they want to run, or they squat the weight they want to squat, and they're just like, damn, I wish I would have got some help before. That's why I tell people about everything. Get help, bro. There's people that have already done it. Why are you going off on your own? Unless you don't have the financial means, that's different. I'm not trying to make anybody feel bad about not having money. But if you have the money to get help in something and you don't, set yourself up for failure. Do I feel like I'm native level in Spanish? I really don't like grading my own Spanish. I feel like there's only two ways that can go. One, I say XYZ, and someone says, oh, I don't think you're at that level. I think that you're really good, but you're not really this, blah, blah, blah. Because I've heard you make mistakes on this. So I'll be like, okay. But then if I say I'm XYZ level, someone's like, oh, this dude's fake humble. He's clearly a native level, blah, 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 blah. So I just don't really like, I never say I'm fluent. I never say I'm XYZ level. I just say I 100% can speak in Spanish. That's not a question. So, but I will say, I live in Colombia. 9 out of 10 times, the person I'm talking to doesn't suspect that I'm not from here. So sometimes they know from my name too. So it's not even the fact that they heard me talk and they're like, "Oh, where are you from?" It's more just like, the fuck kind of name is Jalen? Because they don't say Jalen, they say Holland. Where's Holland from? What is that? And I'm just like, oh fuck, I'm caught. Don't reinvent the wheel. Facts. I'm gonna repeat that to my cousin. Bro, stuck losing weight. Yeah, man. Like I said, a lot of times people just, you don't know what you don't know. That's the problem. So you think you're doing good, think you're doing well, you think you're doing a good thing, and you don't know. You don't know that you're not. There's so many things that, like, I've been an athlete my entire life. But when I got done with college and I was done with track and I got like serious about lifting and I became a trainer and I became a strength and conditioning coach, I learned so much about the body and about the way to train, that I just look back at what I was doing when I was 18, 20, 22. And I was strong then. Like, I still got videos on YouTube from 2010 and shit. And someone would say, bro, you were already strong. Well, yeah, I was. But do you know how many hours I wasted in the gym, bro? Like, to get just to that point. But then when I figured out how to work out, like, bro, I've posted on this channel because, like, people on Instagram will call me a liar. I'll be like, bro, when I go into deadlift, like, when I lift weights, I'm not lifting for more than 45 minutes. Unless I'm with my coach, because that's different. But if I go to lift, if I go to deadlift, squat, whatever, my sessions don't take more than 45 minutes. And to prove that, I posted a video. And I think in that video, I deadlifted 660 or 670 or something like that. And I worked up, stripped the bar, and was done in like 38 minutes, bro. So dudes tell me that they're like literally working out for 2 hours. I'm like, why, bro? Like, there's literally no need to do that. And that's pretty much for anybody. Unless you're a professional athlete, there's no need. And even then, I would say you're probably being a little bit inefficient. Jalen, salute. Speaking of which, abs is the worst and hardest muscle to work out consistently. That's subjective. I like working out my core. That's a fair point. Do you feel more confident in Spanish compared to before I moved here? Yeah, but there's like a thing that happens, right? Sorry, my mind is blank right now. Dunning-Kruger effect, right? Where when you, is it the Dunning-Kruger effect? Hold on a second. Something just sounds wrong with what I'm saying. I'm pretty sure it's the Dunning-Kruger effect. Yes. Okay. So, Dunning-Kruger effect. It kind of goes with what I was saying too, actually, about methods and learning and whatever. When you start something, this is your initial point, right? This line right here is the time you've been doing it, and this line right here is your confidence and your competence, or like not your competence, I should say just your confidence, right? Because you start out up here. When you do anything, you're up here. You're like, ooh, I'm getting strong in the gym. I've been working out for 2 months, bro. I done put 40 pounds on my squat. Or I've been learning Spanish, bro. I learned 2,000 words, whatever. And as time goes on and you really start learning more, this happens. You're like, this is what the intermediate plateau really is. You'll see lots of people get to like a year or two in Spanish and they're like, bro, I think my Spanish got worse. I suck at Spanish. I tried to speak to someone about this topic and I was stumbling all over the place. But it's actually that you're growing and you're aware of a lot more. When you don't know anything, like a lot of internet people, when they watch sports and stuff, they're like, man, I feel like I could do that because they have no experience in it. They think they can do a lot more than they can. They don't know anything. The more you learn, the more you play with these guys that are good, the more you talk to people that have done what you're trying to do, you're like, yo, everything I've been doing is wrong. So then you go from here to just like, and then you stay that way for a really long time until you're actually justified in your confidence. Because after 5 to 10 years of doing something for real and you're good at it, you're going to be a lot more confident. You're going to be like, you know what? I really know the ropes now. I can even say the same thing as a trainer, as a coach. I've learned a lot in 10 years. I wouldn't say I was a bad trainer when I started, but there's just a lot of stuff I didn't know. So, yeah, I got clients from 10 years ago that, if I could go back in time, I'd be like, yo, actually, I'm dead wrong about this. But that was just the limit of my knowledge at the time. There's nothing I could do about it. I thought I was doing the right thing. Salute, bros. 100% facts. You can't manage what you don't measure. Yeah, and obviously you don't want to get too obsessive about measuring stuff because that can lead to other problems like paralysis by analysis. But like I said, you do need some kind of structure, or at least have someone else structure it for you. That's where a coach or a professional comes in. I don't necessarily want my people obsessing over their numbers and stuff, but I will obsess over that. You just put the numbers that you hit in your lifts into the app, I will tell you what to do next week. That's how I train my clients online. They don't have to say oh, I'm so nervous about this and this and this. Don't worry about it. How much rest you take between sets to be out in 45 minutes? It depends on the exercise. Like I said, if you want, I could go find that video right now and put it in the chat. You could watch it. But basically, the amount of rest I take would be proportional to how hard the previous set was, right? If I just warmed up with the bar, I'm not going to take 5 minutes of rest because I did nothing. So I just warmed up my body, 5 minutes moving around. I will go straight into picking the bar up. I'm not going to sit down for 5 minutes, pick up the bar, did my 3 to 5 reps with the bar. Cool. I'm going to slap 45s on and do my next set. I don't need to rest. I haven't done anything. Do my reps with 135. I'm going to take a short break, 30 seconds to a minute. Slap on more 45s. Knock out my reps at 225. I'm going to take a short break. Do that until I get to 405 to 500. Up in there, that's when I begin to feel the weight, right? Getting above 50%, it actually feels like I'm doing something. Before 500 pounds, I'm almost not doing anything. That might sound weird to some of y'all, but yeah, it's like I'm not doing anything. When I get to 400 to 500 pounds, I would take a break because I need to make sure I'm not reckless. I need to make sure I'm not tired going to pick up the next set or whatever. But yeah, once I get to heavy weights for me, that's when my breaks become 2 to 5 minutes, depending. Usually my very last set. So like if I was gonna do 705 today, when I do 660 or 675 for the set before, I'll be like, I'm gonna take a full 5 minutes, get my mind right, make sure I'm really like good to go before I try to pull this. But agree, no need to work out longer than 1 hour and 15 minutes. Yeah, I'm not necessarily like a time limit guy. Like if my workout takes longer than that, then it just is what it is. But like I said, if that was consistently happening, I would question what I was doing. Because related to your question, a lot of people's gym time is so long because it takes so many breaks, which is cool if that's what you want to do. If you want to socialize at the gym, sometimes it's literally a social club. Maybe that's where you get your interactions in or whatever. When I lived in Washington and when I like would go to LA Fitness, I would literally go to LA Fitness to hit the sauna and talk to people. You know what I mean? So I get socializing. But if we're talking about purely working out, you could socialize afterwards. You really could get your workout done and talk to people while you stretch and whatever on your way out. Positive self-talk is something I have to work on. I tend to over-criticize and over-analyze too much. Yeah, it's definitely important to be nice to yourself. It's there's a lot of meanness in the world already. Like there's no reason to be mean to yourself. And there's always something positive that you could take away from anything that you're doing or that you did. So you really got to ask yourself why you're choosing to pick out the negative in whatever you're doing. But that's a lot of people. It's not just you. That's all of us. We all gotta battle to make our positive self-talk heavier than our negative self-talk. Because like I said, it's real easy to be like, oh, I messed that up and oh, I could have did this better. But it's like, but you did it though. Like you stepped out and you did it. We'll use Spanish speaking in this example. It's real easy to be like, oh man, like can't believe I messed up that word. Oh, I can't believe this. But a lot of people aren't just like, yo, I'm proud of myself for speaking to a random person. I'm proud of myself for speaking for 2 minutes straight. I'm proud of myself for blah, blah, blah. A lot of people don't do that. ¿Ya tomaste tu clase de inglés y francés? No. Duolingo de mierda. Can you hear that, Axel? You can hear that? Oh. It's the neighbors. I just always hear them making noises. I've gotten better, but it's something I struggle with every now and then. Yeah, facts. To everybody, like I said, man. Oh yeah, professional, not Joe Schmo. The bench over. Yeah, man. How you been though, man? Nothing worse than a socializing group in the gym. They be surrounding like 3 machines. Like, man, just talk before or after the gym. Yeah, like I said, I get it. But I think there's effective ways to socialize in ineffective ways. Heart surgery? You having heart surgery? Or somebody else is having heart surgery? Failure is only a fail when you quit. Yeah, facts. Facts. Duolingo, ¿qué hace? What is it, Thursday? It's kind of lit in here for a Thursday. Not even an hour in. That's good though, because the earlier it's lit, the earlier I can get off. Do, 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 do. Oh man, what y'all doing though? What y'all up to? I'm waiting on Rebecca to say if she's having heart surgery or someone else is. Either way, good luck on that, because that's something serious. Very serious. Do, 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 do. What's my opinion on setting New Year's goals? Do people set their goals too high? You know what? Let me think of how to word this, because I don't really think you can set your goals too high. I think you can set your goals too high for the plan that you have, right? So there are too high goals, obviously, but most of the time, the goals that people set are not high in reality. They're achievable, but for the planning that they're doing, it's not realistic. So let's take you. This is random, but let's just say you're like, yo, I'm gonna squat 500 pounds before this year is over. Is that a impossible goal? Absolutely not. I would think pretty much any grown man with a year of training could get somewhere in the area of 500 pounds, if not exactly on the money, 500 pounds. But what's your plan? Are you gonna do it on your own? Are you just gonna go to the gym today, start squatting? Hopefully I make it to 500. Probably not gonna make it. So then I think your goal is unrealistic for the level of planning that you're doing. Now, if you say I'm gonna hire the best coach in the world and I wanna squat 500 pounds, I would say that's a super realistic goal, probably. Unless you squat like 135 right now, which is possible. I'm not saying you specifically, but we're just assuming that you already hit the gym and blah, blah, blah. So, same thing with, language learning. There's plenty of people on YouTube that you'll see are very, very, very conversational in Spanish at 3 to 6 months. After a year, they're having full-blown conversations, no big deal. If you say you're going to do that, I'll say probably not. Not if you're just randomly studying stuff. It's just probably not going to happen. Just look at it statistically. Look at all the people that are on Duolingo. Look at all the people that study Spanish. Most of them can't talk. If you get with a professional, I would say, yeah, you're probably going to be talking before the end of the year, and like big boy conversations. I mean, if y'all see my channel, Bria had a full blown conversation with me for an hour after, what was it, 10 weeks? 10 weeks of working with Will, the same guy that taught me, because there's a structure, there's a path. It's like at this point you'll probably be around here, if not here, then here. But when you just like, shooting in the dark, sometimes you get lucky, sometimes you don't. Fernando, boa noite. Hola. Rolando. Hello. Rebecca, you still didn't tell me. Is it your surgery or is it someone else's surgery? Colin, I don't think it's her surgery. I think she may not be able to eat because someone that she cares about is having that surgery. Maybe a parent or something like that. I think she might have just left out a word on the original post. That's what I'm assuming. I don't know. Okay, so hungry. I'm gonna lay down alone. I'm confused. Rolando, what you up to, man? Haven't talked to you in a while. Yeah, bro. I'm lost too. That's what I said. I think I'm gonna just leave that one. I don't know what's going on anymore. No idea. I'm driving around. Where you driving to, bud? They put a pacemaker in your heart? So it is your surgery? Or what? I forgot what I was gonna ask you. Have you tried remembering it? That always helps me. Yeah. Almost all the dye is out of my beer. It's just right here now. Just do me a little re-dye. Actually, I need to go to a beauty salon. I don't really know where to get dye from here. I need to just get them to do it. Catch you another time, man. Appreciate you. Appreciate the donation as always. Respect. Have a good night. We'll see you next time. Rolando, did you see that Stephen Hawking had something to do with Jeffrey Epstein? I don't know how to fucking say his name. It was the weirdest thing that I've ever read. And the memes were just as weird. I'm blue. Here's an interesting article. Actually, I don't know how to say this. Semaglutide? Whatever. We're just going to say semaglutide. 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 We're going to say semaglutide. Semaglutide patients regained more weight than they'd lost after stopping their injections. This is classic weight loss stuff. No matter what you take and no matter what you do, when you stop whatever it is that you're doing, you're going to go the other direction and you're going to be heavier than you were before. That's why so many people yo-yo. Which is why, if you need to lose weight, you need to be doing it in a way that's sustainable for the rest of your life. If you want to read a really good book on that, it's called Why Diets Make Us Fat. It's a super good book. It teaches you all about your body and how weight works. Epstein and royal family in a report. I actually didn't read the whole report because it's obviously like a huge report. And the thing that came out was just like, it was like one lawsuit and accusations in the lawsuit. But everyone's acting like his client list was released. Like, that's not true. It was just a little report. And something in that report had something to do with Stephen Hawking. But it wasn't. It was weird. It was the weirdest shit I've ever read. Don't know what Stephen Hawking was doing in his wheelchair. But yeah.
I need to use this. Can you hand me that pen, please?
Damn, that's my tapping pen. So I can go like this. No, and you just made Jim think you were leaving. Girl, I know this might seem strange. You know, I'll put a link to that book in the chat. Because it's such a good book. If you're struggling with weight loss or concepts behind weight loss, you should read it. It could change your life. There's also a huge genetic component, obviously. If you're Pacific Islander, specifically Samoan, you're not going to have the same journey as someone else. Quite literally impossible. You are bigger by nature. Who else was mentioned? I don't know. It's something that people have seen already. Like, it's just the full thing was released. But like I said, it wasn't a client list. It was a lawsuit. And there were people that were like, yeah, I saw this person with him one time. And so people are like saying like, oh, the client list was released and look who they saw him with. And I'm like, yeah, like, no, that's not how it works. Like, when you're a rich person, like, we seen this dude in pictures with Trump, Bill Gates, all kinds of people. You can't just say because he took a picture with somebody that they were part of a pedophile ring. Like, that's not how it works, bro. So I think they said on the 22nd that they're gonna release like something more important. Something more important. But yeah, I can't really tell you who else was mentioned because, like I said, I didn't really read it. I just saw the memes about Stephen Hawking and I was like, all right, I gotta go look to see if this is real. 100 years ago. Welcome to Jamrock. It in your handbag, your knapsack, it in your backpack. The smell will give your girlfriend contact. What am I talking about? I'm not really talking about anything, to be honest. We're just talking about random stuff up in the chat. Somebody says something, we just start talking about it. Right now, we were talking about this Jeffrey Epstein business that no one actually reads. They just read a headline, post about it like they know what they're talking about, and call it a day. They're like, Chris Tucker is a pedophile. I'm like, what did you read, bro? And they're like, I saw a list that he was on. And I'm like, where did the list come from? You need to look it up yourself. I'm like, okay, that sounds like it's made up, but okay. It could be true. But if it's true, just show me. Anybody that's like, oh, I got leaks. This is a leak. I'm like, bro, it's made up. You don't know where it came from. Let's see what other articles do we have? Pfizer cancels new weight loss pill after patients experience serious side effects. Let's see what those side effects are. Won't let me open the article. They don't want me to know the truth, man. Okay, here we go. Let's see. A large percentage of the people who took it in its first two experimental phases experienced gastrointestinal side effects like nausea and diarrhea. That will make you skinnier, tell you that much. 73% nausea, 47% vomiting, and 25% diarrhea. Yeah, that's quite a bit. Tapping in. Hope you're doing great. Happy New Year to you and the family. I'm doing quite all right, my friends. Happy New Year to you and yours. Hope you're doing all right. Hope boxing's treating you well. I still have not accepted a fight, but I'm thinking about it. Want something to talk about? Let's talk about how weed is affecting the new generation because of the chemicals inside of it. I mean, I can't disagree. I have no proof that that's not happening. I think while weed is a plant, as people say, it is still a substance that affects your mind state. You don't know me 100 years ago, but I had a best friend when I was a kid who was clearly prone to psychosis, schizophrenia, stuff like that. He smoked weed, he was never the same again. I've never smoked weed in my life, and I won't, just because of that experience. But he smoked weed, and he was literally never the same. The same weed everybody else smoked. And he's in jail right now on a murder charge. But yeah, it is a substance. Anything that affects your hormones or your mind state in a positive way can also affect you in a negative way. It's literally altering something. So of course it can be good or bad. if, you know, it could be good for 99% of people. I'm not arguing that. But there's some people that are going to get the bad end of the deal, you know. So I don't doubt what you're saying. That's probably happening. I'm sure that government produced weed is not the same as some farmer that's growing it. Man, even the shit, I've seen pictures of people selling weed. I'm like, bro, that shit looks, why is it white, bro? Like, what is that? That shit looks like it was made in a lab in Russia, bro. Insane. I heard Epstein was a Mossad asset. I saw someone on Twitter say that. Like I said, I haven't read any of that shit, so I'm in no place to speak about it. It is somewhat so far. May have some good news for the weekend is up. I'll lock with you offline. Cool. No, Orlando, I did not used to light up. Never. It's not for me, man. Never will be. I've never taken an edible. I've never caught no contact high. Nothing, bro. I don't fuck with weed. It's not for me. I don't care what anybody else does. It's just not for me. Every day a new strain is created. It's fun. I've heard a lot of people say that. Yeah, Phil's my boy. I wouldn't judge him for smoking. If he wanted to smoke right next to me, I'd be like, go ahead, bro. Just don't blow it in my face. I got lots of homies that smoke. Like I said, it's not for me. It's not even something that appeals to me. Like, no one's ever said anything where I'm like, I kind of want to try it. Like, ever since I was a little kid, anyone I've ever seen smoking, bro, ever in my life, I asked them, hey, how did you start smoking and why do you smoke? Never, ever got a good answer for cigarettes. Everyone says the same thing for cigarettes. They're like, oh, well, my older brother smoked. I wanted to be cool. Did it. Now I can't stop. Or it was an older friend, whatever. It's always the same story, though. They just started and they can't stop. Weed is a little different, but it's mainly the same story. And like, no one's ever told me anything where I'm like, oh, that appeals to me. They're like, yeah, it just kind of mellows me out, bro. I'm chill after I do it. I'm like, well, I'm already chill, so I think I'll just fall asleep if I did it. I don't really want to do that. And it's proven to not help you sleep. People say it makes them fall asleep, but that's not the same thing as actually getting good sleep. That's probably because you grew up near Fort Hood. What does that have to do with anything? Strict parents and all. But that wouldn't affect the rest of my life. I still have never done it. Yeah, I was also an athlete too. So I was always like, I'm not trying to get caught on a random test and blah, blah, blah. So I just never did it. And then by the time I was an adult, I'm like, bro, I fucking went 25 years of my life already without doing it. Like, why do it now? You know what I mean? Edibles only, smoking ain't for me. I ain't doing that either. They're just like, I don't know, man. I'm not what?
Are you using a laptop?
I mean, not really. I am, but also not really.
Can I use it? I realized I had an assignment due tonight.
Wow, what a bad student.
I need the charger.
Wow. I've just been jacked.
Thank you, Muslim.
Do you want this?
Do you want to use my phone to look up articles?
Nah, it's alright. Cat Williams once said, if you have a good job and stable life, you don't need to smoke. But if you're stressed and have no job, you should do it. Well, that makes sense. Yeah, I didn't do edibles until after I was done with football. Yeah, I mean, like I said, I've heard lots of people say good stuff about it. It's just not stuff that makes me want to do it. It ruined my sleep. Like I said, you can look at studies. It's pretty much not good for anyone's sleep. In the same sense, the alcohol isn't. People drink wine and shit to fall asleep because it's a depressant, right? It does put you to sleep, but it ruins the quality of your sleep. I used to have I don't know, like, I know Phil knows what this is, but if y'all don't know what Whoop is, like, it's a company that you can wear like a bracelet or arm thing or a chest thing, and it'll track your metrics, like your resting heart rate, how well you slept, how long you actually slept, how long you were in the bed, blah, blah, blah. And man, like, literally a little glass of wine, bro. The kind that would like put you out. Like that shit would have my heart like elevated for hours, bro. So fuck my sleep up. I didn't feel like it didn't stop me from going to sleep. It would put me to sleep really fast. But you would wake up in the morning and the thing is like your heart rate was elevated for most of the night. You got horrible sleep and you're like, oh damn, like, you know what I mean? My resting heart rate normally might be, 47 or something. Drink a glass of wine before you go to sleep. Your shit's like 70 the whole night, which is not high, but it's a lot higher than what I'm normally at, which means, I'm kind of in a state of not rest. I got intense nightmares once I stopped. Once you stopped, motherfucker was having withdrawals, bro. You was on crack. I don't know if that was weed, dog. Nah, I'm playing. Nah, I'm kind of not playing, but I am playing too, though. Orlando, what kind of weed did you smoke? He's smoking Sherm, bro. He's smoking that wet, dog. He told you that shit was weed, bro. But smoking Angel dust. Next time I do something, I'll track my resting heart rate. Yeah, do it, bro. It's interesting. Like I said, it kind of makes sense, too. I would have, there would be nights that I would do it drinking. And I would have, like I said, I didn't feel like I didn't sleep for a long time. But my training sessions with John the next day, like, I'll be like, damn, like, my fucking body hurts so bad, bro. Why am I so weak today and shit like that? It only takes 1% dehydration to have like a huge decrease in strength and endurance. People don't know that, but it's true. So that dehydration, the lack of sleep, the lack of good sleep, quality sleep, will be fucking up my sessions, and I didn't even realize it. That Whoop strap actually was one of the things that helped me realize like why my Monday sessions would be trash. Because it would be like, let's say you get drunk, bro. It'll be 3 days before my metrics are back to normal, dog. Like, even if you sleep all day, get super hydrated, drink you a electrolyte, whatever, or electrolyte, you would slowly return to baseline. But you wouldn't be good, though. My sleep, my heart rate, all of that stuff would not be good for like 3 days, bro. And I was like, damn. So when I see people like Alex Pereira and stuff like that, I mean, it's basically what he said. Him, Gervonta Davis, a lot of those dudes, they get to a pretty high level drinking all the time. And at some point, they're like, yo, I'm about to stop. Like, I'm going to stop. And you see their physique change. You see their performances get better and shit like that. There's pretty much, and I like drinking, I do. But there's pretty much nothing beneficial about alcohol. So like whenever people try to like justify it in some scientific way, I'm like, bro, stop. Like, just take your L. Just say I like doing it even though it's poison and destructive. Like, you just gotta like be real about it. I used to smoke purple skunk weed and it made me sleep every day all day. I had work and I called in sick just to stay home. Nah, dog. See, that's what I'm talking about. That's bad, bro. Like, nah. anybody that's drinking or smoking and will alter their lifestyle because of it, I think there's bigger things going on than the substance. But that's what I said. It's not so much even like with my best friend or my ex best friend. I don't ever say like, weed is horrible. It gave him a fucking it put him in a state of psychosis. Like, nah, he was, um, he was predisposed to that, and he got unlucky, bro. It happens. Some people can't take ibuprofen. Some people can't do certain things that like most of the world can do. Doesn't mean the substance is so bad, but you got personal issues where you can't do it. And I think the same thing for drinking, smoking, whatever. They got like guidelines, like, oh, if you drink this many drinks, you might have a problem. If you smoke this much, you might have a problem. I think it's more than that. I think, like I said, if you alter your lifestyle for it, if you do things you wouldn't normally do for it, I think that's where you're getting into like, why is this so important? Like, why are you doing that? Blackberry Kush. That's what I used to smoke. And weed pens. Weed names make me laugh. Me too, bro. For real, I hate seeing the positive changes in not drinking, but I love it. Phil, do you still drink? I know you used to drink like Jack and shit. You drink like white people. Did you see Boosie tell Vlad TV that people need to switch back to crack from fent? He said crack gives people superpowers. Yeah, I seen that. I mean, I wouldn't say people need to do crack, but I think he does have a point. Crack's bad. Let me just go ahead and say that. But fentanyl is like, you're playing every single time, bro. You playing with your life. Huh? Yeah, because that shit is so lethal, and you have no idea how much you're getting. You only think you're getting this amount. You don't know. And, weed, cocaine, pretty much everything else is bad. You can overdose on it, but you probably know that you're heading towards it. I drink bourbon a lot. Oh, that's what I was thinking. I was like, I can't think of it. You know what? I really don't know shit about alcohol. It's pretty weird, but like, yeah, people say names, and I'm like, oh, okay. But I'm like, I don't know what's the difference between that and the last one you said. Like, to be honest, I don't know what bourbon is. Like, I just know that it's brown. I'm pretty sure it's brown. But I couldn't tell you, like, any characteristics. I couldn't tell you, like, who makes it. I just don't know anything about it. I just know, like, people say bourbon. Oh, people say Hennessy. Okay. That's all I know. If I had to drink Henny and bourbon in 2 different cups with my eyes closed, that's bad. They just both taste like alcohol. I'm sure acid and weed. Bro, what are you doing? I'm sure acid and weed changed my brain chemistry, and not in a good way. Why are you doing acid, dog? I've never seen anyone not say that acid doesn't change you forever. They might try to put a spin on it in a positive way, but everyone's like, yeah, once you do acid, dog, like, you're different. Bourbon is American whiskey. All right, this is how much I don't know. I'm like, what does that mean? Like, what is whiskey? Like, I just know, like I said, I just know the names that people say, but I couldn't tell you anything about what whiskey is. I don't know what it tastes like. I can't be like, oh, whiskey tastes like this and it's made here and it's all corn juice. That's how I feel. Especially when people be like, well, this version of tequila fucks me up. this one, I feel chill. I'm like, dog, that shit's just tequila, bro. I'll just drink my water in this corner. Acid is why I believe in God. I spoke with him. We had a heart to heart. Bro, that was probably just a doll in your room, but you was high as fuck from the acid. So you thought you was talking to God. Now there is a difference. Whiskey is for heavy drinkers. You know what's crazy, bro? I'm not gonna say I'm like Captain America or some shit, but all that shit just be touching me the same way. Pause. Like, I just be like, yeah, tastes like alcohol. Like, somebody could serve me up some whiskey right now, and it's not gonna fuck me up. Just doesn't. Acid a few times when I was young. What is acid? It's LSD. It's I don't even know how to explain it further than that, but it's a hallucinogenic that gives you a euphoria and alters your brain chemistry. They used to say people would take that shit and like it stays in your system for this could be made up. This is from when I was a kid, but they'll be like, oh yeah, I had an English professor that randomly started tripping out during class and he hadn't taken acid in 20 years because it stays in your fucking spinal fluid or some shit like that. I don't remember what they used to say, but yeah, like I said, that it's heavy. It's not it's not like weed. I know a lot of people that have done it, but I'm like, I just be wondering what goes on for you to be like, you know what? I'm gonna do it. Bro, I'm from Jamaica. Acid is something we used to clean toilet when the color of the toilet changed. Yeah. Acid is crazy, man. Like I said, I know people that have done it. It's not something I would have ever thought about doing. Like I said, I really don't like messing with anything that could potentially alter my brain chemistry or unlock something that I was predisposed to and didn't know about. You know what I mean? You won't know schizophrenia ran in your family until you're schizophrenic. So that's not something I'm really trying to unlock. I'm not trying to be like, oh damn, I didn't know my great grandpa was fucking a beautiful mind. Colin, you're also older too, and you were in a different generation. I feel like a lot of stuff. Let me think of the way I want to say this. I think when you're educated about certain things, it's, I guess the word would be worse. Cause like, all right, crack hit the streets, right? People didn't really know what crack was. They just knew that shit got you high. You don't know the generations after you are gonna be fucked, and that shit's gonna destroy so many families and shit. But if you do crack today, I'm like, you really going through it, bro. Cause like you know exactly what's gonna happen. The state that I lived in before I moved to South America was heavy with meth. And I would always ask people that were recovering meth addicts, I'm like, hey, why did you do that shit though? Matter of fact, I did a podcast with someone that I trained. It's on my page. And he OD'd like a couple weeks before we did that podcast, so he wanted to talk about it and, you know, warn people about taking drugs and shit. He OD'd on fentanyl. And I'm like, why the fuck would you take fentanyl, bro? Why would you smoke meth? And his best friend had just died from fentanyl like 2 weeks before that, and he was like, I'll never touch fentanyl. But he did, because that's how addicts' minds work. But yeah, and whenever I talk to them, I'm just like, why though? Like, why? You know what that shit does. Why did you do it? And they're like, I don't know. Friends was doing that shit. It didn't seem like it was that bad. Ooh, boy. Crazy. I was one of those hippies. That's why I did it. You take acid and you sitting there like, wow, these people talking to me. You in an empty room. Yeah, see, that's the kind of stuff like, bro, I feel like, and imagine like having anxiety or being like a overthinker or something, bro. I feel like I'll be like, how do I know I'm not still tripping? You know what I mean? Like, how do you know you're sober right now? Rolando, you might still be high, bro. This might not even be real. Nah, let me stop for you fucking jump out of your window or some shit. I could tell you things and nothing changes. But yeah, man, drugs are crazy. I think all drugs are crazy. I'm just not a drug guy. It's not for me. I don't judge people, not too hard. I judge people when they smoke meth. I'm not gonna lie. Meth, fent, crack. I'm like, yeah, I'm not even gonna pretend like I'm not looking. I got my nose up a little bit at you if you smoking crack, dog. I'm sorry. If you watching the stream right now, you smoke crack and you feel like I'm judging you, I am a little bit, not heavy, but a little bit. You know when you're tripping, but that's the point, Colin. That's easy to say. It's like to say you know you're dreaming. I do know when I'm dreaming most of the time. I'm a lucid dreamer, so I can look around and be like, oh shit, I'm dreaming. But there's times where I wake up and I'm like, oh shit, I really thought that was real. Imagine that you're like 26 right now, Colin, and this whole thing has been a dream, and you wake up and you're like, what the fuck, bro? And like you're back in 19, whatever the fuck, when you were 26, and this has all been an LSD vision. Because the last tab of acid that you took was the new shit, bro. So you thought you knew you were tripping, but you didn't actually know you were tripping, because this is the heavy shit, bro. Felipe, what's up, bro? You got some slang for us today? You're talking about who got lost? Oh, you're talking about who? Are you saying you got lost? I'm talking about you, bro. I know somewhat. If somebody was tripping around me, I'll fuck their heads up, bro. I'll be saying all kinds of crazy shit to freak them out, bro. I'll just be like, yo, why the fuck does that pillow keep looking at us, bro? That shit is Satan, dog. Who got lost? Colin, are you doing acid right now, bro? We're talking about drugs. You got some? I see what Islam. Why you put so many winky faces, bro? Bulldogs AFL. What the? You're weird, mate. Proper weird, mate. And you're watching a weirdo. What does that make you, bro? I want y'all to imagine you're in your room. Worse, you might be somewhere else. You might be at work or something. That would be extra weird. But you're in your room and you're watching a guy on YouTube and you're like, I'm going to type in the chat that he's weird. And you think that that's not weird as a grown man. I would think that that's weird. If you're not a grown man and you're a kid, then I would say, okay, that makes a lot more sense. Audrey's World. Hey, what's up? What is this drink? It's a JP Chinette. Audrey's World. Hey, I already said hey. Why did you say hey twice? Audrey's World. Where are you from? We're just up in here talking about LSD for some reason. I don't know why. I'm talking about people who got lost to drugs. Oh, that's what you were saying. I was wondering. Oh, I thought you were saying you got lost in the chat. You were saying you know some people who got lost. Now I understand you. Audrey's World, you're from Australia? What time is it in Australia right now? Does it have alcohol? I can't tell you. It's a secret, bro. I don't know how old you are. I don't want to promote alcohol. Why are you yelling, bro? You can't even spell alcohol right. I already replied to you. Why are you yelling at me? It's 1:02 p.m. in Australia? That's crazy. It's 10:02 p.m. where I am. 2:02? Are you in Australia too, Bulldogs? Is that a rugby profile picture or a soccer profile picture? Oh, football. Now you're talking, Colin. Next time be specific. Bulldogs, I answered you already, bro. What do you want me to say? If you can read, then you would have saw it when I put it up there. The answer is yes. The answer is yes. Yeah, Bulldog's wilding, bro. He came here on smoke, bro. He's having a bad day in Australia. I don't know what's going on, bro. Just yelling and stuff. Bulldogs, I said yes. How many times are you gonna type that, bro? Jeez. Oh no. I'm Bulldogs. Alcohol scares me. I won't lie. Imagine a random stranger yelling at you randomly in real life. I probably would have the exact same reaction I have right now. How old am I? You have to guess. You get 3 guesses, and I'll only tell you to go up or down. Or I'll say younger, older, just so you don't get confused. Bro, I'm out of here. All right. See ya. Wouldn't want to be you. 24? Oh, no. Older. He just turned 22. Don't believe him. I just look old. I said older. Why you say 22? You're going to lose the game. I'm not going to count that 22 as a guess because you're clearly confused. I said older. Nope, older. It's your last guess. If you don't get it on this one, then you just don't get it. She needs some sugar. Ooh, Audrey, yeah, you missed out. I'm younger, but that was your last guess, so I can't tell you. But at least you know I'm in between 29 and 32. So, what number? Doesn't really matter, because what's the difference between 30 and 31? There's not a difference. 100. Ooh. Audrey's World, when you came in here, you asked me to sub. Do you make YouTube content, or did you just say that for no reason? I'm pretty sure this one guy gave me a laced blunt one time. It messed me up on a whole different level. Well, that's part of the reason that I said I would never want to do anything like that. That world is too unpredictable. You could think, unless you grow it yourself, you could think whatever you're getting is whatever. But in reality, you don't know. And you ain't gonna know until it's too late. Audrey's World, what kind of content do you make? That's how they got DMX. Facts. That's how a lot of people die, man. See, the thing is, you have to think about human nature. And this is not just drugs, but drugs are a great example. People want to make money, and they want to take the easy way out. If I have something that can mimic the effects of what you're supposed to get, and is stronger than that, and I can make more money, of course, unless you have like a strong moral code, which you probably don't because you're selling drugs, um, you're gonna do that, right? So that's how so many people die from fentanyl, because they think they're getting crack, they think they're getting whatever they're supposed to be getting, and some dudes just like, I can make way more money if I sprinkle this little bit of fentanyl in because I won't have to put so much crack in or crack at all, right? And so these people think they're smoking crack, think they're smoking whatever, and they're like, I need to up it because this shit doesn't do it for me anymore, but they don't know it's fentanyl. Then they die. Am I 31? I can't tell you. I gave you 3 guesses. Oh my God, LeBron James, I'm your fan, dude. Thanks, man. This is kind of like my burner account. I use this when I'm not playing games because I kind of just don't want everyone to know that I'm LeBron James and that I have a YouTube channel. So try to keep it on the hush hush, you know. And if like, I don't know if you watch our games or not, but if you want to see me do something cool, donate money in the chat, leave a super chat, and I will do a special move on the court. Lizard tail is a common way to lace weave where I'm from. What's lizard tail, bro? Or yeah, like, what does that stand for? Like, what is that? Master Cooper, you're great. I hope you're famous one day. I don't really want to be famous, bro, to be honest. It's too much. It's too much. Like, the more people that are watching you, the more judgments there are, the more people are like waiting for you to make a mistake, the more people think you owe them. There's just too much that comes with that lifestyle. Stalkers, all kinds of stuff, bro. I'm cool. I like a group like this. Little chill conversations. You know. Audrey's World does dances. Okay, when I get done with this stream, I'll check it out. One slip up when you're famous, you get canceled. Facts. I mean, even if not canceled, like, there's just people that I'll use myself. I'll use me for an example. I am a certain way. People know me. You know when I'm being sarcastic. You know when I'm not. If you just hop in the stream and you hear me say something, you could cut it and say like, I can't believe he said this. He believes this. But it's like, well, not really. I was being sarcastic. But like, I'm not gonna try to convince 3 million people that I was being sarcastic. You know. So that's the life that those celebrities live. They have to watch everything they say, everything they do. People make videos and they're like, look how he was looking while she was talking. Like, bro could have been thinking about something somebody said to him 5 hours ago. But someone records him and they're like, he was not interested in what she was saying. Oh, he treats his wife so badly. Stuff like that. Gabriel. Claro que sí, me acuerdo de ti. ¿Cómo te ha ido? Todo bien, no me puedo quejar. Giselle. Hey, y'all. She says, hey, y'all. Giselle, we up in here talking about LSD. Thanks for being my biggest fan. I'll shout you out at my next Lakers game. Just be watching in the second quarter. LSD. Giselle, do you know what LSD is? Acid or no? Giselle always be like 10 minutes behind the stream, so she might not answer for a while. Audrey's World, how old are you? You're pretty young. You don't know anything about it? Yes. Giselle is from Colombia. Let's see. Have you ever met anyone that has taken LSD/acid? If you haven't, that's pretty impressive. But you know, they do. I feel like Colombia does different drugs. Cause lots of motherfuckers like in that one movie, you know, like how they were sniffing the glue. They just had those bottles. Like that shit's not a thing in the United States. Yeah, Audrey's World. It's time for you to go to bed. Oh no, cause you're in Australia. That's why. So it's like 1 o'clock for you. Still. Also, for as much cocaine as Colombia produces, they don't consume it a lot. They're like the 40th nation in the world in consumption, so it's not that heavy like it is in the States. Lucas, Pito, ¿por qué me dijiste eso? Don't do that, Audrey's World. We're having a discussion about drugs. Yeah, I agree. Audrey's World, you need to go read some books. There's better things to do in life than be on YouTube Live. You're still young. Enjoy. Happy birthday, but go go watch some dance tutorials and stuff. Improve your life. Way better things to do. Football. Brasil. Love you. Thank you. Maybe. Hey man, tell him, brother. And that was my mom on the phone. And consume a product that kills you. Work near a factory that produce pig feet and they don't consume it. Ew, pig feet, gross. What are we talking about? A 13-year-old can't see? I mean, it's not that she can't see it. It's just that it's just, you know where I grew up at. My parents would say this is grown folks business. It's a grown folks conversation, right? I wasn't allowed to sit at the table with adults. Like, you just couldn't. Like, there's some stuff that adults talk about that you just don't talk about in the presence of kids. You know, it just is what it is. I didn't get to start sitting at the adult table till I was like 17. Because kids should be kids and enjoy life. You can be educated about stuff, but I personally don't want to sit around and talk with teenagers unless I'm coaching them. That's different, and I'm giving them life lessons. But I don't want to have conversations about drugs and stuff with them. Like, they have other teenagers that they can talk about that with. But Audrey's World, stay away from drugs. If you're really 13 or you turn 14, stay away from drugs. Focus on your life. Pay attention in school and do good things with your life. Giselle, what's the worst drug in Colombia? If a child has a phone this late, there's nothing they haven't seen. That's true. I'm not saying that they haven't seen it or heard about it. Man, when I was 13 years old, I had watched like people get beheaded by Mexican cartels. But I also wouldn't have expected a 30-year-old to sit around and talk about beheadings with me, because that's not that's just not, I don't know, it's just not proper. It's not something I would do. I'm not gonna sit around and talk about murder, drugs. What was that? Yeah, I'm not gonna talk about a lot of stuff with kids just because I'm an adult. Basuco, that's what I thought, but I didn't know. Live leak days, yeah, those were crazy days, bro. No, no censorship on the internet, bro. Just looking at whatever. There's still one video that haunts me, bro. Out of all the videos that I've seen, there's one video where I was just like, I still think about that video to this day. The Mrs. Pac-Man video, bro. Oh, so bad. Pito, ¿cuál es tu problema? Happy birthday. Happy birthday, child. Smoking kills, drinking kills, everything kills. Basuco is like the leftovers of cocaine. Yeah, they do that in the States too, but they just obviously don't call it Basuco. But Two Girls, One Cup. Yeah, that was disgusting. I heard that was fake. I found out it was fake years later. It was like ice cream or something. I don't know. Weird. The Pain Olympics, that was crazy. But yeah, but that's, like I said, that was life. And like I said, even though we watched that stuff, I wouldn't expect that an adult would have talked about it with us. Like, an adult would have been like, yo, that Pain Olympics was crazy. Did you see that? That's something you talk about with other teenagers. Now, if I was an adult, I might talk to another adult about it. Once I caught my students sharing stuff in class. Basuco? Two Girls, One Cup was fake. Yeah, that's what I heard. Yeah, we still remember the names because there were essentially viral videos before. It was like viral videos when videos weren't even easily shareable. Like, it wasn't like now where you just hit copy and send it to your friend. Like, bro, you damn near had to email the videos to people, or you had to like remember how to get to it. And you're like, yo, I gotta show you this video on Daily Motion or Live Leak or whatever it was on at the time, right? And then, yeah, it was like the videos had names. So then, because the videos had names, you'd be like, yo, you heard about Two Girls, One Cup? It was bad. Daily Motion. Yeah, I'm old, bro. I'm old, bro. Every once in a while, if you want to find something, it's probably still on Daily Motion. That's like a site no one gets on anymore, so they don't really take stuff down because, yeah. But yeah, I remember the names. Like I said, Mrs. Pac-Man. If y'all ever want to just traumatize yourself and you haven't seen the Mrs. Pac-Man video, type in Mrs. Pac-Man Guatemala, and you're gonna see something that you really, 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 really wish you didn't watch. They were not sharing bazooka, they were sharing heavy porn video links. Real. I remember those days. And that was 5th grade. It'd be like that. You know, I'm still here. Well, I don't want to block you. I don't want to kick you off. I'm just telling you, I think that there's better things that you could do with your time as a 14-year-old. But what we're going to end up doing is putting you in timeout. So you have 2 options. You could pretend that you're not here, or you could continue to leave comments and then we put you in timeout. Your choice. Am I on Omegle? No. You should have do lunge at the judge when you heard his sentence. I heard it was only like 6 months. Oh yeah, facts. That video was crazy. Like I think that proves that he has mental problems, and he's probably gonna get a lot longer of a sentence. Bye, as usual. Have a nice day. I saw their faces. I was wondering what was going on. I think the good thing is that I didn't have a cell phone growing up because I'm too old. So, for 2 reasons. 1, I couldn't do stupid shit like that. For 2, I actually like lived a life without a cell phone. So, you know, if I were to lose my cell phone, break it, whatever, I would be okay. I would be like, oh damn, gotta get another one. But I know people that like can't live without their phone. Like sometimes I'll just put my phone down, watch TV, read a book, something like that. Like it's nice to take your eyes off of the screen, right? But it's the opposite for younger people. They like feel uneasy when they don't have their phone. But especially like when I was in the army and shit, when we would go do stuff, we wouldn't have our phones for a really long time. Like months. At least weeks minimum. But yeah, man, I remember the good thing for kids was bad too, but they can hide a lot more stuff because they have cell phones. Like anytime I was like doing stuff, it was on like the family computer in the computer room. And you had to learn about like, you had to have an experience to learn about deleting your browser history. We didn't know you could check the browser history. So you got in trouble because somebody's like, who the hell has been watching this on a computer? You're cooked. You got caught. Now there's like strict like regulations on the computer room. So you couldn't do too much. You know what I mean? You had to wait till nobody was home and stuff. But now, like, bro, they can go in the bathroom and whatever because they got cell phones. You know what I mean? I think that opens you up to a world of stuff that you shouldn't be seeing. I'm kind of sleepy. Don't worry. She should be gone. If she's not gone, I can't help that. At my house, the phone was locked. Jalen was paying for minutes on landlines. You don't gotta pay for no minutes. Now, I do remember, like, when I first got a cell phone, and it's crazy to think about, like, kids don't even know about that, like limited text messaging. Ooh, bro. Like, free calls and texts after 9 or only on weekends. It just kind of depended when you got a phone and, like, what service you were with. But I knew people that was like, yo, don't text me. Don't text me until this time. You know what I'm saying? Till 9 o'clock. Then it changed to 7. Then it was free nights and weekends. It was, yeah, that's crazy that we used to pay per text and shit. Oh, man, I remember before even that, like, you really had to call shorties up on the house phone. First of all, you had to remember their numbers, which is crazy. Or you had to write it down, which is crazier. But you had to call the shorty. And you'd be like, hello, this is Danielle. Can I speak to Chelsea? And then, like, the dad will be like, who's Danielle? You gotta lie and pretend like you're her friend and shit. Then you get on the phone like, ha, he believed that shit. He really thought I was a girl. I used to have 100 texts per day. That's quite a lot. 100 a day? When did you first get a cell phone? But yeah, that was good times, man. That was good times. Or you would call it shorty, but you had to do it blocked. You had to star 6-7 that joint so that they couldn't call back because your parents would pick up if they called your house back. You know what I'm saying? So, good times. 15. I don't know how old you are, though. I meant, like, what year did you get a cell phone? But other people could listen on the other end. Yeah, if you had 2 phones in the house, absolutely. That's how you would get caught up, too. Your parents would be listening the whole time and you didn't know. Or their parents would be listening. You start hearing some breathing. You're like, hey, is that you breathing out loud? And they're like, oh, no, someone's on the phone. You're like, oh, shit. Good times. Best of times. Children might hear a bad story in your life and you're laughing when you tell it, but they think it's fun. They don't know the pain. That's true. It's tough to feel someone else's pain, man. Almost impossible. Having full convos through email, good times. I used to receive letters. Me too. You know what's even worse? I remember, you say outrageous stuff when you're a kid. My parents still tease me about this letter that I wrote that they intercepted. And I was, like, saying some dumb shit in because I was a teenager. Yeah. It's not good. It's not good when they caught that letter. Having full convos through email. That shit's funny. Man, the further I think about time, going back, Alexia, where did you come from? Good night, but I haven't seen you all night. The further I think about back in time, it's just hilarious, bro. Like, motherfuckers just riding on horseback delivering mail. Like, you could really write a letter and that shit might fall in a river or something, bro. Like, and the other person never gets your mail and y'all don't have any way to contact each other. They just think you never wrote them and shit. That's crazy. What's up, dog? Colombia is cool, bro. Come on out here and let's train. I had 3 girlfriends back in high school. Ooh, we got a player. By 11 a.m., my limited text would be finished. Each of them used to count the message I sent them. I had to lie and say my sister was using my phone as well. I'm from Jamaica, first time on your live. Well, welcome to the live, or I guess welcome and goodbye since you're leaving. 100 years ago said he's from Jamaica too, so we got 2 people from Jamrock. Imagine getting your milk delivered by a milkman now. Pause. But the jump in technology is wild. Yeah, facts. Facts. I tried not to pause you, bro. I tried not to, but I read it and I was like, I can't, bro. I can't let this slide. Yo. Vlogger Diwala. I don't know what that says, bro. I don't speak whatever that is. Sorry. Phil. That shit was funny, bro. But yeah, man, just think about like not even letters, bro. Just think about life. Think about life in general, bro. Somebody you know dies, bro. You don't know, like, bro. I like a good friend of mine died in November, and like still now, bro. People like today's this dude messaged me. He's like, "Yo, did you know Joel died?" I'm like, "Yes, I do know Joel died in November, bro." He's like, "Man, I feel like I just saw him." And I'm like, you probably did in November, but it took him 2 months, and we got technology, bro. People are posting like, "Rest in peace, Joel." Like, I went to this barbershop my whole life, blah blah blah. Bro, a motherfucker could have died in 1800. You wasn't gonna hear that shit till 1805, bro. Like, you thought he was living life with his family and stuff, and like randomly someone's writing you a letter and they're like, "I'm still sad about Tom's passing in 1800," and you're like, "What? Nobody told me he died, bro." Crazy. Only one man keeps me on the edge. You gotta get 3, that's the key. You need 3, you won't be on the edge. I think about travel a lot. Yeah, bro, like, your ship could crash. Because that's the only way you could travel overseas, as Darius just said. Like, nobody would know, bro. Or people would find out eventually when you didn't show up. But how long would it take before they're like, "Yo, that ship should be here by now"? They didn't even have a shower till like 1845. Yeah, people were bathing in like dirty water, dog, or not bathing at all. I remember I read this book when I was a kid that talked about like why perfume was invented. And they were covering up mustiness, basically, especially because people were throwing their piss and shit out of buckets into the street. So it was disgusting. It smelled disgusting everywhere. Rich people would shit in the corner of their houses, and they would have like cleaning people pick it up. But like, you know, you live in a big ass mansion, toilets don't exist, you just shit on the floor. So yeah, life has changed a lot, man. Like, there's obviously still some bad parts about life, but when you think about the quality of life people were living in before, bro, if you're in a first world country now, bro, your life is so much different and better. 100 years ago, nah, you're super wrong, bro. She's nowhere near 28. She just has a very young looking face. Yes, Bulldogs, I'm still alive. For at least, probably give it another 15, 20 minutes. JP Morgan was going through it. Posy, pocket full of posies, ashes, ashes. We all fall down. People don't know that was a song about death. Think about waiting for the water to get warm now. You just turn it on, water go down the drain. 1800, you got any water, you're happy. Facts, bro. The other thing too, and this is a really disgusting part of history. Poor now or rich in 1924. I think rich in 1924 would still be dirty compared to like relatively poor now. But let me talk about what I'm gonna talk about, and then we'll get back to that. I remember one time I was a part of like a history discussion, and this historian had brought up the fact that how do I say this? Basically, standards for exposure to sex are a lot different now. And he was just like, yo, in the past, like, you live in a fucking hut, bro. You live in a 1-bedroom house. Like, there's no big houses. Parents just had to have sex in front of their kids. Like, it just is what it is. Like, that's what people were doing. And I was like, what? But that makes sense though. Like, it was just a part of life. Like, yeah, this is how you make kids. Like, they're probably under some covers or something, but everyone's in a little ass house, bro. It's not like you got a 3-bedroom, 2-story house where you're like, oh, the kids are way across the house. We just gotta be quiet or something like that. Like, bro, there's nowhere you could go up in the house that they can't see you. So that was a normal thing. Even consummating a marriage, legitimizing a throne, people had to watch you have sex to say that this is the legitimate child of the king. Like, we had officials watch them do it. So just different times. Very, very weird. If I'm way off, she's 33. My final answer. Yeah, you're still way off, bro. But back to what you said there. Is poor now or rich in 1924? I don't think I want to be poor in any time period, but there was a lot of stuff that being rich couldn't help you with in 1924. Certain diseases, all kinds of stuff. At least you have the option now. Yeah, at least do a GoFundMe or something. You couldn't even get help in 1924, bro. If you was dying, your time just up. You're cooked. We got bionic legs and shit now, bro. Like, what's old murderer's name? Old boy that killed Oscar Pistorius. We got motherfuckers. We got RoboCop motherfuckers, bro. Yo, it's your boy. Where are you from? You're not American. If you are American, then I know what you are, because you spelled that really weirdly. Shanty house in the 60s. Have you been in one? I'll do you one better. You been in a shotgun house? Oh, okay, you're St. Lucian. Okay, that makes more sense. What's up, though? How you doing, man? You sick? You didn't know the town doctor? Good luck. Nah, you sick, and the town doctor's in the witchcraft, bro. Not even that. The motherfucker, just like a lot of their remedies, bro, they're just straight up giving people cocaine and heroin and stuff. Morphine. They're like, yep, go ahead and take this. You should feel better. No, bro, they're just high. 41, she's still young. She is. For sure. But to say she's young, I would think you're older than her. Are you older than her? Eat these leaves, you good. And now you sick and seeing dragons. Bro, you know how easy it must have been to get over on people back in those days, bro? I've been in shotgun house. That's a mansion? What? Nah, you ain't been in a real shotgun house then. You been in a shotgun house in Louisiana? Nah, bro. Ain't no mansion. You can't even move in that bitch, bro. I'll never be in a shotgun house again. The town doctor was a guy with whiskey and car tools. Exactly. Bro, like when I look at... they used to just do surgeries, bro. They didn't really have... They couldn't put you under, bro. You just had to like bite down on some cloth and hold on to two other people while they held you down while some dude's sawing your leg off. Oh, yeah, that's crazy. They just knocked you out before surgery with their fist. Like, yeah, you should be out for about, I'd say 30 minutes. But yeah, man, like, it was probably so easy to get over on people back then, bro. Like, I mean, first of all, people be getting over on people now. They're like, oh, this will cure your cold. Every cold cure since the beginning of time has been take this, and in about 3 to 7 days, you'll feel better. The fucking time that it takes for a cold to go away. Man, people be taking shit and like, yo, bro, nah, I'm telling you, I took this and 2 days later I felt better. I'm like, how long do your colds be lasting, bro? Like, the most I get a cold for is like 24 to 48 hours. So why am I taking a product for it to be gone in 48 hours? My English is not good. Sorry. Happy New Year. Happy New Year, guy that's speaking with acrylic letters. I don't know if that's Russian or Ukrainian. Let me see. Oh, you're from Russia. Sorry, I didn't see any of your messages until now. And I definitely cannot read Russian. Phil can a little bit. Shotgun house design. I mean, I don't know what kind of shotgun house you're thinking of, bro, but like it doesn't get much smaller than a shotgun house. I've actually never been in something smaller than a shotgun house besides a literal hut. I've been in a hut. Oh yeah, Rolando, I said acrylic because I was thinking of acrylic nails. Don't mind me, I definitely drank 3 cans. Call of Duty gamer, hi. How was my day? Well, it's really nighttime. It's almost 11 o'clock, but my day was pretty good. I didn't really do anything. Back then, my grandmother would boil snail and give us shorter breath back then when everything was pure and clean. Now nothing is safe. Yeah. Like I said, you know, my granny had lots of cures. Some of them worked. Well, there's still things that I think work that are okay. I think a lot of indigenous stuff and stuff that was passed down to people of the land, they knew what they were talking about to an extent. But like I said, a lot of stuff is like, well, that shit was gonna pass anyways. Got a runny nose, eat the spicy soup. Exactly. All right, that's a good example. You eat something hot, it makes your nose run. It does clear you out a little bit. It's not magic. It just, it makes you feel a little bit better. The heat, sweating, warmth clears your sinuses a little bit. You take a warm shower, your nose and your ears are gonna feel a little bit better. I wouldn't really call that magic. I wouldn't sell it as like a cure. I'd just be like, yeah, like it's kind of what heat does. But you know, someone might call it a fucking magic soup, and people are like, yo, I do this shit, and like a week later I'm good. And I'm like, bro, you're gonna be good in a week regardless. Now, if that soup eased your suffering for a week, that's good. But you was gonna be good in a week. I love your live. Thanks. COVID during World War I, you cooked. Nah, you would have been getting all kinds of diseases that weren't COVID. My dad still eats something spicy if he feels congested. Yeah, me too, bro. That shit works. That's what I'm saying. Like, it's not magic, but it definitely relieves some symptoms. Eat something spicy, use some Vicks, hop in the shower. Psh, good, bro. You're a good man. That's debatable. That's debatable. Can you say my name, bro? I'm scared, bro. I'm scared by the way that you asked that. Tell me why. All right, Darius. Appreciate you, bro. Giselle says I love pepper soup. Don't we all love pepper soup? I'm from the South. I'm from Texas. I'm from Louisiana. So I mean that's normal. Don't disrespect pepper pot soup. That is the cure for everything. According to my grandparents, yes it is. And pause. Pause on the take it easy. Rick Robinson, no, you don't have to be sorry, but just why do you want me to do it? I'm just asking why. Like, what is that gonna do for you? Call of Duty gamer, why? It's just debatable. Someone could say that I'm not a very good man. Can't tell you why, but someone could say that. So it's debatable. I'm not saying I think I'm not. I think I'm okay. I think I'm an okay person. Take it easy. Bro, I've never said pause on take it easy, but now I will be forced to always say pause on take it easy. I learned how to make it from real African hands. It's the best kind. Don't mind. Never worry. Rick, where are you from? Russian letters, hello. I don't know how to read that. I don't know how to talk to you. You said it. I think I'm gonna stay on until 11, y'all. About 12 more minutes. I got some reading to do. I got some things to do. Rick, you're from Jamaica? What? I wonder what happened today. There was a lot of Jamaicans in the stream today. I feel like YouTube does this thing where it'll blast your channel in a certain area for the night. Why? I don't know. What made them pick Jamaica? I don't know. But there's been like 3 different Jamaicans in the stream today. Call of Duty gamers from Fiji. What language do you speak? What's the first language people learn in Fiji? Today there are people from everywhere. Yes, but every once in a while there's a trend. And today the trend is Jamaica. Last time it was Brazil. I'm from the Caribbean. My ancestors are African. We're born with the ingredients. How old are you? Really big fan. Subscribe to your channel. You get 3 guesses. You get to guess. I tell you to go older or younger. If you don't get it in 3 guesses, I just can't tell you. Somebody got real close earlier. Giselle, he's from Jamaica. I speak in Itakwe? Itawake? I don't know how to say that. I don't know how to say anything. Itawake. Don't know, but that's interesting. I'm going to look that up. Maybe that'll be part of my reading tonight to learn about your first language. I'm interested now. Fijian. Giselle, he's from Jamaica. Jamaica. Rick, you cheated. You are a cheater, but you got me. You got me on the first try. Yes, Giselle. I do know you're slow. A little bit. A little bit. This is a very active and productive life. Already says your age 100 years ago. I'm late. Yeah, but I don't think he was on the stream. And technically, I never confirmed it when you said it, even though it's true. Because I didn't want to give that girl the info when she missed on her 3 guesses. But yes, you were correct. Yeah, is in the house tonight. Who from St. Thomas? Like I said, man, YouTube's doing this thing tonight. I don't know why they projected this. Yeah, no, I actually am 31. It's true. It's very true. My birthday is in 3 months. I'm not gonna tell you my birthday, but it's coming up. Trelawney. I know a handful of people from there. I actually grew up with hella Jamaicans. I think that's why I gravitated very easily to Caribbean Spanish, because it's very black, and it reminds me of the rest of the Caribbean. The Caribbean is calling. Call of Duty gamer put hella food emojis. Do I listen to Jamaican songs? Oh yeah, all the time. Hello again. I used an online translator. I'm from Russia. What do you think? How much is it normal to lift a barbell on the biceps while standing in the strict version? I'm lifting at 80 kilograms. Do you mean a bicep curl like this? If so, 80 kilograms is a lot, and you're very strong. That's really, really heavy for a bicep curl. It's translated, but I still don't get it. Well, yeah. Here's the thing about translators, and that's why I tell people not to use them if they can help it. They're based on English, and if your language is too far away from English, it doesn't do a great job of translating. So it's always like, especially like, you know, if it's like Spanish or Portuguese or something, you could be like, they're probably saying this. But like right now, we have no idea if he's saying what we think he's saying, even though it's, you know, it's written out like pretty well. Barbell on the biceps while standing in the strict version. So we know he's standing. The thing is, it says lift a barbell on the biceps. I don't know. He could be talking about strict press. He could be talking about bicep curls, but it says on the bicep. That makes me think he's doing a bicep curl. Yeah, Phil. That's why I'm like 80. I'm like, I don't know, bro. That's pretty heavy. Like, are you a slave queen? What are you talking about, bro? All the gym vocabulary. That just means you gotta hit the gym. Let's go. I'll train you. Turn you into a monster. She says delete his messages. I'm dead. She said, you crazy. You need to study anatomy. I got you. Yo, actually, that was the hardest part about me becoming a strength and conditioning coach. Like, I had to real deal study anatomy and like know it backwards and forwards. I don't want to read nonsense. How much you want to bet he's going to be back after that 60 seconds? 100 years on Trinity in Brooklyn. I'm tired. I worked all day today. Did the crap ever pinch you before? No. Oh, Mike Ben just sent me a message. She said I asked him. I think I told you, right? I asked Mike what he thought about the translation, and we talked about it for a while, and we still were just like, who knows? This could be good. How's life? Life's good, man. Life's great. I can't complain. Am I okay? I'm more than okay. I'm great. I'm great. All right, let's take a group vote. Should I stay on or should I get off at 11? American guys are very strong. We in Russia remember Bradford and Muhammad Ali. You have a good school, but art is not bad either. It would be great if our peoples were friends. Well, lots of Americans do like Russians. Lots of Americans like the Russian methods of training and what they stand for. It just depends on who you talk to. I don't know if you can understand me or not, but yeah. You sent it with makeup. I think makeup was the proper word. That's what I would have put. Who am I? I'm nobody, but I think makeup was a good word. Oh, I did not wash my clothes for the boxing gym. I only know the Russian boxer in the Rocky movie, Drago. The super soldier. Yeah, he was dope. In real life, he would have beat Rocky's ass, but, you know, it's a movie, so... Yeah, no. What y'all think? Should I do 10, 15 more minutes? Or should I get off? Go to bed, bro. I have work in the morning. I'm signing out. Salute. Go to work. Have fun at work. Do your job. I'm definitely not going to bed, but I might get off of here. I mean, really, we got Phil, maybe. I'm pretty sure Phil's still here. We got Giselle. We got Colin. West V Mountains. Why would you say that, man? What's going on in your life that will make you type something like that? I'm very disappointed in whoever you are. And I think you should reflect on your life. Have a blessed day. Take it easy, man. See you next time, maybe. Phil, what you on, bro? What's going on in Texas? No, Colin isn't sleeping. He just said something not too long ago. He said, peace, Russia. But y'all know me. If the chat gets inactive, then I'll just be like, all right, bye. I'm about to run when my wife get home. Just chilling out. Ain't too much going on. Yeah, Mike's not here tonight. But he did just text me like 2 minutes ago. So he sent me 2 texts. That's why I brought him up. And it was notifications, so it might be voice notes because it didn't say text message. So maybe he probably doesn't know I'm on live. But what you call it? Phil, when is your wife gonna get home? Roughly. That might be the catalyst to me leaving. Back to work, maybe? Mike's not working. Not at this time at night. Nah, I might be late. Oh, then no. But we in Russia are not proud of boxers. Personally, I consider Alexander Karelin. Oh, Alexander the Great. If you could see my phone, that was my lock screen. I don't know if you can understand me because you're using a translator, but great wrestler. Big groups of Russian and Ukrainian communities in Brooklyn. They're not fighting each other. They work together. Dope. I was talking to a girl on live and I said, I love you, baby. And she said, love you too, honey. I don't know what you want me to say to that. That's something. I don't think she really loves you, bro. I think she just replied to what you said. If you said that on my live, I wouldn't have said that back to you. But, you know, people do what they do. Feeling lucky. Oh, it might be 11 there? Yeah, no, I'm not staying on that late, bro. I did already go past 11, so I might stay on to like 11:10 or something. Like I said, whenever the chat kind of dies down, that's when I just be like, okay, I'm leaving. But right now, people are still talking, so I'm chilling. Having a break. A break from what? But Rick, the real question is, why did you say I love you, baby, on that girl's live? Like, what made you type that and say that? I need to know. I need to know. This 2024 called Everyone's Pants Down. It didn't catch my pants down. My pants are up. Phil's pants are down. Earthquake, tsunami. Yeah, there has been a lot of natural disasters. Thanks for your opinion about Carolyn. Oh, so you can understand me a little bit at least. I love that guy. He's super, super strong. He's a monster. Why do people leave their live at 11 o'clock? I don't know. That's just a nice round number. I've been on for a long time. More than 2 hours. So I was like, let me find a nice round number to leave on. And, 11 would have been cool. But I missed it. Phil, why you get caught with your pants down, bro? Crazy. Crazy. She told me to say it. So you were watching someone live and they told you to say, I love you. And you just did it. Interesting. Very interesting. She said, you said it first. Y'all got caught with y'all's pants down. Not me. Ooh. How did you receive the year? Happy. Me too. This scary cat. Alright, I want to see how this story ends with Rick. I need to know why. What kind of YouTube lives he's on that this is happening. Rick, sometimes I be confused by you, man. I don't think I'm gonna get the finish of the story from Rick. All right, y'all. What's up with that emoji, bro? It seems to me that in our chat, someone is talking about me. I hope they say good words. I don't understand without an interpreter. We have nothing but good things to say about you. Very good things. He's back to the life he was before. Yeah, I don't know what's going on. No idea. All right, y'all. I think I'm actually gonna get off now and do other stuff. So to all of you, thank you for your service. You guys are braver than all the troops in the world because you put up with me talking for like 3 hours. So go apply for some VA benefits, get some money from the government because you served your country by listening to me talk. Have a good night, and I'll see y'all another time.